Hello everyone, welcome to MJ Hobby Corner. I'm MJ and I will be your host in this video. So for today I want to show you guys a build that I'm working on. I'm not finished with it, but it's something I've been working on. It's going to be the project of the month for Scratch Builder Monthly October. So I've been doing a lot of work on different things, space projects and things for my storytelling in 5 Parsecs from Home that I'm using for my patron videos. All this terrain and all this stuff are specific projects that I'm working on as I need them for the videos. Now, for this project, what I want to show you guys is a vehicle that I made for my Ratman armies. And this Ratman army is going to be used primarily for one-page rules, Grimdark one-page rules, but also Xenos Rampant. Now, Xenos Rampant is a game I've been wanting to play for a long time, and so I made this first vehicle for my Ratman. It's a transport, and that's going to be used in my games of Xenos Rampant as well, and it's going to be 28 millimeter. So let's go to the workbench and see what I have so far for this vehicle. Okay, and here we have my little Ratman guys, and I'm also painting them. So I've pretty much finished assembling them. These are the Ratmen from Mantic Games, and I really like these guys. So I believe they're called Vermian in Mantic Games. But here is the vehicle that I just made, and I made all of this progress was done today, and yeah, I will need to finish it tomorrow, so this is a 2-day project. But here, let's go through some of the major parts of the vehicle. So this is all done with things like medicine bottle, caps, different plastic caps, sprue parts, wire, corrugated cardboard, clay, and this is Procreate resin clay, and even a bit from my big 40K Titanicus walkers, one of the extra guns. I used that and put it on a water bottle cap, and that's my turret. It is also magnetized. So this is a large transport, and I wanted something that was, first of all, had the engine exposed and or at least semi-exposed. I may add some armor plates on either side here, but most of the engine will be exposed. And what I may do is actually begin to paint the vehicle the way it is now, so that because I will have a driver there will be a little driver in the little driver's cupola there. Oh yeah, and by the way, I also use mesh. There is mesh construction here. And so basically, this is a junk build. I mean, it's taking everything that I have, you know, and putting it all together in a way that builds the vehicle. Now, first things first, the primary tools, and all of this will be in Scratch Builder Monthly October. I have list of tools, I have list of materials, I have, you know, like 56 photographs, so step by step how I built it. All of that will be in Scratch Builder Monthly. This is not a tutorial, just to show you guys. So the primary tool that I use are my wire cutters. I do use tweezers. They're very, very useful. I didn't use my X-Acto blade, but that's always something useful to have. And I did use scissors as a cutting tool. In addition to that, I have a saw, a little coping saw, which I used to cut some of the thicker dowels. Now, for the frame of the vehicle, I used thick barbecue sticks, the thickest I can find. I use cocktail sticks for the supports on the little steps here. And this is not finished. It's not finished at all. Uh, but the highlight to this is the engine. Now the engine is completely scratch built. I use little wooden blocks that you get in like those wooden bead sets. And if I can get a picture of the ones that you get them at Walmart. If I can get a picture of that, I will do that. But basically, these little wooden beads start the engine, and then, or give the shape to the engine, and then I use just old sprue bits, all my old sprue bits, and I begin cutting them in certain ways in order to get all the details for the engine. Okay, now I'm not a mechanic, so how these Ratmen built this engine, I don't know. You know, that's their business. The Ratmen built this, so obviously, you know, not being a mechanic, I just put things together would look best as an engine and leave it at that. Okay, we have some cabling here. There is a battery there. We have some cabling, and I'm going to add a little bit more cabling, red cabling. That's electrical wire, by the way. And just going to add a little bit more to the sides down there. And one thing this vehicle is missing is mufflers. It's missing the mufflers. I'm going to build those tomorrow, okay? It does have a hatch. The hatch is a very simple construction with card and bits of mesh. There is a magnetized turret, and this is a water cap with a bit, an extra bit that I had of Titanicus. But really, there are ways to make your own guns. I do have ways of doing that if I didn't have this bit. We have paperclip wire, Procreate clay, which helped fill in the gaps here, because I cut the bottle, plastic bottle, using a soldering tool, and that's something you have to work in a ventilated area, and also put on a mask. You don't want to inhale any of the fumes that come out of the plastic, but I use the soldering tool. Here it is, okay, and I use my soldering tool to literally carve out a hole into the plastic bottle. Okay, now in the back here, we're going to have a hatch, which I haven't done yet. We also have the little driver. I have the little body for the Ratman driver, and there's going to be a little like dashboard here for the driver. And then once I paint everything, then I'll finish up the little pieces here, the little crossbars that are going to go there. All right, I don't want to put them on now because I want to be able to paint the driver and all that. For the engine, I may put a little bit of like armor protecting the engine on the side, but the idea is to have the engine exposed. I mean, that's really a big part of this build, is that these guys use whatever, you know, components they have to build these vehicles, or they repurpose vehicles that have been trashed, you know. So we have paper clips here for the headlights. I got to put the little crystals that go on the headlights. They're like little gems. I used corrugated card for the wheels, and then caps which form the body of the wheels, and then just put corrugated card over them. I don't know, I may put some spikes here and there, add those to the vehicle, but not, I don't want that, you know, to be a thing. What I may do is actually put some spikes coming out of the wheels. I may actually design some barbed wire coming around like certain areas of the vehicle. You know, that might be an interesting decoration piece. But the idea is that the engine is open, and this is a transport for my little Ratman, and it is a big transport, but it has that sort of dune buggy kind of design to it, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I still have to finish it. I gotta add the mufflers, and we're gonna add some tail lights as well. And in the magazine, I show all the different steps, like how I get this frame. I build it right around the plastic bottle that I used. And this was an old medicine bottle. I took out all of the, I think this was an Advil bottle. I took out all of the, information on the bottle, whatever, and just used the plastic bottle. The clay is very useful, and it helps to cover up gaps and also to form this, basic ring where I add the driver's cupola. And then, of course, there's the turret. So this vehicle would be crewed by 2 Ratmen, and then the others would be the, little unit that is transported. Probably not very many, but it'll be cool. It'll be cool. So I have a transport for my unit of Ratmen, and then I'm going to design 2 little vehicles, and they're going to be smaller, and those will be like 2-man vehicles. And they'll be like little dune buggies, and they will escort this larger vehicle. I was going to make this open, but I decided, I don't want to take too much time. So I just built it like that, and basically we'll use our imagination. This is a transport vehicle, so we know that the guys will come out of there, leap out, and there you go. But in future vehicles, I can make that open and have a Ratman, giving orders from there. That would be very cool. So as soon as I can, I'm going to do the little driver, and he's going to go right in the cupola there, and then I'll seal him up in there after I've painted everything, and we'll at least be able to see the driver to the vehicle. And there's a few more things I'm going to add to the frame just to finish it off. But there it is. A junk build of a junk build. Ratman transport vehicle. Now, plastic bottles are very useful for a variety of different things. They come in different sizes. You can use them, for everything from making sci-fi buildings and sci-fi cityscapes, or submarines. Yeah, submarines for the game Deep Wars and Shadow Sea. They're useful in a variety of circumstances, and we are going to see recycled bottles being used in the creation of large starship terrain. That's something coming in the future, so we won't deal with that right now. So I will have other vehicles coming. There's a pair of very small vehicles that are going to be like the escorts to this one. That'll complete my Ratmen army that I'm thinking about. I may add an artillery piece. This vehicle is going to have a little hook in the back, so it can drag artillery pieces. But another thing that I was thinking of doing, and this is a little cheesy, but I was going to do like a little cage on wheels, like a cart that the vehicle could be pulling, and in that cart will be the war beast of the unit. And so they'll just simply get off the transport, unlock the cage, and out comes the war beast. So I'm going to see how I do that. I think that would be really cool. And again, I'll use very simple methods to do all this stuff. This is super low budget. And basically that's it. I'm going to show how it's done on Scratch Builder Monthly, step by step. Like I said, I took a lot of photographs of everything. So yeah, you can see that in October. If you want to help support the channel and all this work that I do, this is all for wargaming and for my storytelling, RPGs and all that stuff. That's what I build for. So if you want to help support the channel and everything else I do, definitely consider joining our Patreon or going into War Games Vault and checking out Scratch Builder monthly. Patreons, by the way, do get a copy of Scratch Builder monthly as well. So anyway, folks, that was an update. You're going to see more like this. You're going to see it all painted up. And then, more importantly, I want to get some gaming done because the primary studio is going to be closing soon. Halloween, that's it. It's the last game that I can do here in the studio before things start getting really cold. And to be honest with you, we never know. It could even be before Halloween. Things are getting cold rather quickly. So can't believe summer's over. But yeah, in any case, we're moving into the fall. We're into fall stuff now. So I'm hoping to have at least a couple of big games before the studio closes down. And that's why I'm building this stuff. So hopefully you'll see it in action on the tabletop with OPR and Xenos Rampant. That's the game I really want to play next. So, all right, folks, we'll talk very soon. See you in the next video, and thank you very much for all your support. Have a great one.